I saw my brother just sparked up, so I have to invite him into the cast. Bills, what's up, baby?
You got double F. What up?
Yeah.
How you doing,
Hey,
everybody?
I got a question for you, brother. I got a question because I think
What's
a
up?
little bit from both sides. I'm gonna take this from both sides. Like, there was this tweet that I read about you know, she was just more saying that niggas that care about you ain't fun unless you're looking for marriage. She was saying that marriage is not fun.
I saw that tweet.
You saw
bro.
that tweet? You saw what I'm talking about, right?
I saw
Shit
that
went
tweet.
crazy, right?
I was sounding off on that bitch too.
So I want to ask you, as somebody that provides, that, you know, I know from, I could tell your story without you telling it. You know, I know that you bust your ass to do shit. You know, so you working overnight, you doing some hard shit, you providing. You know, the fruits of the labor are good, and then you come home.
Big Daddy Bills.
You come home, and maybe the wife want to be taken out. Maybe she want to go somewhere. But how much energy do you have for that? So now you're considered boring, right? You're boring for your stability. Now you're stable. You know, when you was a little tackhead out here getting it however you was getting it, you know, you had plenty of energy because you worked on your own hours. It was great, right?
Crazy.
She loves you. She loves you for that, right? But when you commit to legacy of a family and moving it forward, shit changes, right? So now you're not taking her out as much. Now you're not seen. Now you're not bills in the street. How, you know, do you have anything to
Now there's more fights. It's more bickering. It's well, it all depends on your partner too.
Okay.
Man. You know, if your partner's some broke bitch, that's just like, all right. If your partner's one of the ones that, you know, stay home and watch the kids all day, and she don't really work, get to a bag or nothing, then you can't really question. I feel like you can't even really say nothing. Like, I'm keeping this shit moving. I'm keeping gas in the car. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping this shit moving. But if you want, like the other shorty, I'm sorry, I don't know the young ladies. One of them was saying, if you get to the bag and I get to the bag, and she want to go out, you better fucking go out with her, because she gonna go out and probably meet a nigga who's fun. You know what I'm saying? Meet a nigga who I'm not with none of that. You feel me? I'm not with that. I ain't busting my ass for you to go out there and find some other nigga who's popping bottles. Man, fucking, you drinking, you ride in a boat or whatever the fuck they say that shit is, and the nigga pour the bottle and shit. You ain't gonna be doing that shit on my time. But it's all about your partner and how understanding your partner is. Because, man, you know what I do. I work 10-hour nights, hard labor. If I say I ain't doing it today, then you should respect that I'm not doing it today, because I'm working for us. You know what I'm saying? If I'm working for us, then I should have, you know, respect. It's like a...
But I'm saying, but she's scrolling all day. She's seeing couples that's going out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get into that bag. Yeah, you supporting the family. But why can't you come home and then treat her like you courted her in the beginning? Because it's not fair. You courted her in the beginning. You got her by doing those shit.
Yeah. And
now, because you're doing this family shit, now you acting funny. Now you acting different. You know? So how fair is it for us to...
I ain't gonna lie. That's
crazy.
Well, I was calling that chick that tweeted that. I was under her shit, calling her all types of birds. Like, bitch, you a bird. There's no way, nigga, get into the fucking bag, making sure you got 7-inch TVs. Yeah, you go watch your fucking Love and Hip Hop on, and all of this fuck shit, and then you gonna fucking tell me I'm not fun. Bitch, go. It's either I'm broke or I'm busy. You know what I'm saying? It's not really no in between in that shit. It's either I'm busy or I'm broke. It's either I'm tired or you're going to have to babysit a lazy nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, and if they understand that shit, then they don't really mean that. But if you got me a little 25-year-old, you feel me? She got aspirations of being a bottle girl and shit like that, then you assed out. You know what I'm saying? They going to want to be outside all day. And that chick that tweeted that, she's one of those. You know what I mean? She is 11 bitches. They only got $190 altogether, and they still somehow want to have fun.
Nikki, do you have anything to say to that? You have anything to add?
What I'll say, because I was holding on to it for a minute. I I think it's important for men to also know that sometimes, because I'm a TikTok scroller, okay? TikTok is comprised of all kinds of things, but there are some times that you come across something where a couple is at a simple restaurant and you might say, oh my God, I want to try that restaurant. Baby, that thing might cost $30 per person, okay? But the man just sees, oh my God, you want me to do that? Yes, I do. I want to go to the $30 a person restaurant and I want to try this pork loin. They say it was delightful. And I want you to either just be cool with that, or I want you to hear me just talking about it and take the initiative. Like, oh shit, okay, sounds like she might like that. Let's go see that, or let's go try that, or whatever. Sometimes the scrolling leads to realistic things that men can do and choose not to do. They choose to what you're doing you to death. Like I said, they love to what you're doing you to death.
I heard that. I heard you said that.
It's so annoying. Please just ask her something.
That ain't the DMV, sweetie.
Yeah, ask her something.
That's all over the world.
Like, just,
Talk about it. Talk about it, King.
That ain't the
Put your hat on,
DMV,
King.
baby.
in 2020, don't
Wear
do
your
it.
crown with
Ask her
proud.
something else. How are you doing? How was your day? I don't know.
Did you eat?
Did you eat?
The same
That is
shit,
the most
yo.
romantic
Did
question.
you eat is the best
That
one.
is the most romantic
If
question. You're
I
putting y'all
ask you,
on.
did you eat? I really care about you.
I care so much.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Because
That's
if
a
you
fact.
say you didn't eat 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna make sure you eat.
Correct. Because you hungry. You ain't ate.
It's nothing.
And I'm always smoking. I'm always
It's nothing weird on. Nothing weird on when a young lady asks you if you ate,
Hey,
and then just cash app you like $8.
Well, 8 is
Never.
unrealistic.
Yeah.
You know, 20, huh? Go get you some lunch.
fuck, I'm supposed to get spice ham. Like, what the
No,
fuck?
no, no,
I'm
no. I think y'all
thinking
took
of bringing the food.
I think y'all took
Damn.
it.
Damn.
That
That's even
$8
better.
might feed me for 2 days because I'm me. I'm
$8.
like Black and Miles.
I'm
I
all
can
big.
Wait. Caring about you in 2022 is easy as sending you Uber Eats. Like I, you know, I don't even gotta come with the food. I'm just like,
Yeah, but I want sugar.
But you was thinking, that's like sending roses.
Sometimes-
You was thinking
That's
about
what I'm
me?
trying to tell you earlier.
right? Them chocolate
I think
bananas
really-
from the edible arrangements. Like I you
I
know.
mean, all flats from America's Best. You
I
was
think
listening.
I think
You got me
religion
all flats.
have
America's
actually
Best
gotten
in the
better.
D and V.
I think they've gotten better since the COVID and all. I think it's gotten better. I don't think all relationships have gotten better, but I think certain relationships have grown even stronger. I think certain people got confined with people that they didn't realize how much they really liked them until they was just around them all the time. I think people realize that they can reach out to people that they love from way far away because of social media and technology and stuff like that. So somebody I care about who lives somewhere where I can't go see him because of restrictions and this and that, I could send you these 1-800 flowers. You can get these flowers. I think people on both sides did that. And I think that a lot of people found a lot of love and a lot of greatness from their relationships because of that distance, that forced distance that made people prove whether they fuck with you or not. In 2021, people had to prove whether they fuck with you or not. In 2019, everybody fucked with you and you fucked with everybody. Everything was great. But in 2020, 2021, motherfucker said, like your whole, if you go through your phone, you could look at your phone and go through and scroll for the year and see how that shit went from 50 people to 30 people to 10 people. It was 10 people that you called all the time that was there for you, that you was there for. And that's what I think is why I say what I say about like social media and stuff like that, because outside of all of that, we live in the real world, and the real world determines that shit. Not no social shit, not no media shit. It's the real world.
All right, but somewhere you're speaking from is a millennial point of view. Millennials don't exist no more. It's time for us to move over. It's X and Y, whatever they think, right? And they handle the whole thing different. Oh yeah.
And I missed.
He don't have no choice now. He don't have no choice. I could get into it, but he don't have no choice, right?
No. But not in your mind. In his mind, you're talking from your mind. In his mind, did he move over? I guarantee you, he did not. I guarantee you. Because when we're in the space we're in, we don't move. Everything moves the way it moves.
In the answer to that, I'll just say health has this way of leveling that shit out.
And I didn't mean to put it out there like that.
No. Yeah, you good. You good.
What I'm saying is,
I'm gonna be honest.
As you get older,
Right.
You don't move. Everything moves around.
Call you after
everything happens around you, but you don't.
Nah, he's right.
You don't move. You are who you are.
You're still the king of the castle.
Even if the castle is crumbling right in front of you, you're still the king of it because it's your fucking castle, and you only can see through the eyes that's in your face. You can't see through no other generation eyes.
You know what's crazy about the COVID shit too? Damn, what the fuck I was just gonna say? That shit is gone. That shit is gone. My bad. Too much.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It'll come back.
I just had
smack that again.
I'll catch it anything. It was something that when you piggyback though. Oh, a lot of the shit, the social media shit, that should just be women. That's like more of a women thing, like bitching about social media. You think, or you know, girly ass guys.
I know girly ass.
You don't post me.
I know girly ass guys too. I definitely know guys who post what they eating and who they eating.
Yeah,
I definitely know guys that's like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, sis. You know what it is. I'm out here. And they just be cooling with their face, and it be like a chick.
Nah, that's cool. That's
and
just
I get that.
I mean, like,
it's funny to me as well.
That's just a whole ass nigga looking for attention. What I'm saying is, girls will be like, "Why you didn't post?"
Right.
But then they'll go to dinner and only post the food.
Right. And the key to
what do you?
If the food is good, you don't post
every day. Okay.
You could have
given that nigga some food and he gonna post.
Boy,
he made it.
And has anybody ever really
I seen
that. It's guys that want you to post them, but they won't post you because they want to make sure you ain't got no hoes.
And that's
they
how
want to keep that.
If you got a guy that wants you to post him like that, just leave that nigga alone. He probably get beat up. All type of shit. Why they post me, baby?
He a different type. He's just a different type. I'm not gonna hate on that man. He's just a different type. He's built off of a sauce that I have never blended. I don't know that sauce.
Yo, bro, if she don't post you, then you ain't doing something right, bro. Feel me? If she don't want you, at least post a picture with the emoji over your face.
And that's fair. Okay. But if you don't deny the post, then you doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? She's supposed to act post you, and you're supposed to say nah. Yeah. We don't do that.
Yeah,
I don't do that. I don't move like that. I don't like that social media stuff. I don't like that.
I'm in the street, baby.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't even want how that's gonna go the other way. Like, somebody going to say come on some other level. So just put like a happy face over my face. Let me live, please.
Okay.
Let her.
But you can't ask her why you're not doing that. Like, why you not doing this? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying if y'all ever encounter a nigga that's asking why I'm not on the internet. You know what I mean?
All right, so I want to close it down, right? In the 90s, right? Most divorces happened over financial reasons. Like it was to the clip of 87% of divorces happened in the 90s because they couldn't figure this money shit out, right? And that's for people born in, 50s, 60s, 70s. The whole thing was shutting down because the financial game wasn't right. Now, in 2021, I don't know if y'all know this, but in 2021, the divorcee list was like the billionaire Dr. Dre, the billionaire Jeff Bezos, you know what I'm saying? The billionaire Gates, Microsoft.
Yeah.
Divorce. It's crazy. So money wasn't even a factor in these divorces. And these are this is high profile shit. So I just want the ladies real quick. I want you to tell me 1 to 10, because in my infinite thinking, a marriage can start at any level. So he can be broke, girl, and that shit could work. The nigga that all your girlfriends said was broke and he ain't gonna do shit, that marriage is still going. Meanwhile, the nigga that was working for, Northrop Grumman or the engineer shit, that shit ended in 3 years. So tell me how much money mattered in that. And that's where my infinite game comes from. There are no rules because your girlfriends told you they wouldn't work with the broke nigga, except for the broke nigga took it to 38 years and they still going and they grew together. That business is running. They still have the resources.
Broke nigga was honest. Let the ladies
say,
hey,
How about that shit?
Honest. When you met the broke nigga said he was honest. And he told you, looked you in your eyes, said, I'm gonna hold you down. And everything that broke nigga got around you, that broke nigga kept with you, and he gave it back to you. And you got what you needed from that broke nigga, and y'all built something. And now he not a broke nigga no more. And you ain't broke neither. And both of y'all are good. And he will always look you in the eye and say, he was down in the dirt with me, so now he good.
So Nikki C first, 1 to 10. How important is financial security in the guy you're dating? 1 to 10. 1 being not important at all. 10 being the most important thing. Somebody that you're
back and forth from dating to marriage.
I'm sorry. Somebody that you're dating, considering marriage for, and y'all having this financial conversation. 1 to 10. He's in debt. Is that a 1? Not so important, or a 10?
It for me. Between an 8 to a 10.
8 to a 10. Okay.
Right now, currently, between an 8 to a 10.
All right. Do you want to expound on why that's important to you?
Because I'm asking for what I am. And so being between an 8 and a 10, most days I'm between an 8 and a 10. I'm not a 10, but I have, busted my butt. I can answer my phone freely now. Okay. I could not do that before. So I've done the necessary work to also want that. And I understand, like y'all said, if he comes to me and is like, all right, I'm gonna be honest, this is where I'm at right now. And I can't be with potential, but you can be with honesty. And if it's like, all right, this is what I'm doing, this is what I got going on. Okay. It look a little shaky right now, but hear me out. I got an interview on this day. It's looking promising. I already had one. I got a second one coming through, whatever, the case might be. You don't have to come perfect because I'm not either, but you cannot come to me at this stage in my life and you have no plan. Like, you're just struggling and that's just it. Like, there's no blueprint. There's no rough draft. Like, you don't even have any annotations or anything on your paper. You want me to be understanding, but what am I understanding?
And how long do I have to understand?
Correct. Because we can be on this road with a map.
Understand the same thing you're telling me.
Yeah. Like, you can't use MapQuest. Or I'm sorry, we might have to use MapQuest. We can't use the GPS. But how long are we using MapQuest? When are we getting a cell phone so we can use GPS?
Why? Waze said turn a long time ago. Why we ain't turn left yet?
Yeah. Or, if we taking the scenic route, just how long is the scenic route? 18 minutes? Google tell you that. Okay. Google Maps will let you know. I'm just saying, you make the wrong turn. Google Maps is going to say, oh, all right, bet you just added 5 minutes on your trip. So are we adding 5 months, 5 days, 5 years? Because I ain't got
Okay. 8 to 10 for Nikki C. Shell, are you with me still? Can you say 1 to 10? How important is the finance thing for you?
And she need to put the addy up so I can pull up. Like, I'm trying to see what the party look like. Somebody has
for me, the financial aspect is kind of like I guess between like a 6 and an 8.
6 and 8. Okay.
Sorry with the background. Like, for me, I do make a decent living. I've established my career path, and I have my child, I have my house, I have my vehicle, I travel a lot, I go places, I play sports, I do a lot. And while I'm willing to hold somebody down, I keep losing my AirPod. I need them to be able to do something, and if they're not there yet, I can work with that. But I need you to be working towards something. If you're stagnant at a 4, 3, 2, 1, we have a problem. But if you're working towards something, if you're working towards it and actively doing so, I can deal. So I've noticed, I'm just being honest, I'm a little shallow at times. I had somebody try to holler and I'm like, hey, I got no car. That ain't about to work. Because I'm not coming to pick you up. I just, gotta be honest. But there have been times that somebody didn't have a car and they wasn't like, come pick me up all the time, not offering gas money. And they were actively trying to get a car. And it's like, okay, I can kind of work with that. And it's like, so sometimes the way people go at it will change your stance just a little bit. But you got to see the effort.
All right, Infinite, and I'm posting this to you because I want to see. There was a quote one time where men are valued by what they can do for you. Men are valued as utility, right? Like, it comes into point, like how much he make, you know, how does he treat his mama? All these things a man is valued for from a woman. A woman could be valued for just straight. She's a beautiful woman, and she can take value from that.
She's a goon.
She's you know, and she could be nothing else except for just a beautiful woman. A man, he has to have layers to him that make him valuable. Is he a top earner? Does he have this? Does he have that? Are the markers in place for this man to be valued as a man? He can't just be a beautiful man in our space. You know, in the 20 space, beautiful man works just fine. That works just fine for whatever they're trying to get out of it. But 30s and above, 35, that shit goes to the wayside, and a man has to be valued at. Girl, what is he doing? Where does he work at? What's going on? So Infinite, from you, I want to know how do you what do you think about that? You know, what do you think about that dynamic? A woman can be valued for her lifetime on her beauty, J-Lo, and a man has to, you know, he has to have something about himself. So I want to hear from you.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I've been talking about the whole time. Once again, a man is burdened with performance. Absolutely. Like, a woman, you know, could come in, you know, beautiful, you know, some type of charisma, you know, as long as she's not a total ass. But, you know, even some men will even put up with, you know, some of that, you know, spiciness. But a man is absolutely, once again, has to be on his purpose. I mean, like I said, I'm solution based. Like, a man shouldn't even be dating a woman, you know, dating, courting, you know, especially if the intention is to be married. You shouldn't even be coming to a woman unless you have your table already set. Like, us as men, we got to have our table set. You know what I'm saying? We can't be on there with just a fork, you know, missing the knife, missing the plate. Like, the table has to be set. And when the table's set, those women will come to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, a man of means will never have an issue when his table is set. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way around that. I'm going to be dating a woman, and, you know, just like, you know, Shell said, like, you know, I don't have a car, you know what I'm saying, on spot, you know, things of that nature, like, because you're going to fall to the whims of that woman, and the woman, even if she doesn't say it to your face, she doesn't respect you. Sometimes she might not even admit it to herself, but she's definitely not going to admit it to the man that's, you know, that she respects you, because that's not the intentions of what a man is supposed to be doing. So, I mean, Bill's talk about it. Like, I got to work, I got to bust my ass for 60 plus hours a week. So the last thing I want to do is come home to a woman that's, you know, going to be opposition to me because of those things. Like, that just shouldn't happen. Another point I want to bring up is that if you're going to, if you're not completely set as a man, that's a little bit different when you're younger. If you meet a girl when you know, maybe both of y'all are, you know, maybe coming out of high school or maybe first year in college or something, like, once again, if you're on the purpose and that woman, you know, sees that, you know, even at that young age, and she's willing to take the ride, that's different. But majority of the time, women shouldn't even be dating men or even really entertaining men at their same age. You know, a woman should really be dating somebody who's maybe, you know, anywhere 5 to 10 years older, because most times, you know, dudes at, you know, in their early 20s, they're not ready to start a family yet. And, you know, they shouldn't be looking for those things. So you definitely, you know, need to worry about man being, you know, purposeful and getting on this job.
Okay. All right. So when I wrap it up, because we're dealing with 6 minutes here, and I'm gonna go to Logic first. I just want a yes or no, Logic. Do you understand when I say gender roles? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Just nod your head. You know, does everybody understand when I say gender roles? Yes. Do I need to define gender roles at all?
No.
Okay. No. Do you think that gender roles in 2022 is an outdated concept or something that we need to take in a little bit? Logic, I'll go with you first.
You're asking me if I think gender roles are important or not?
Yes. 2022.
I was raised by my mother. No.
Explain. No, what does that mean? What does that mean for you? So you
got 6 minutes. You really want me to do this for 5 of your 6 months?
His mother was his father.
I can break it down for you.
Right. No. I just wanted to see why you said that.
What I said and why I said what I said.
Yeah,
is because the number one thing that I understand the most is what my brother Infinite is saying, and I understand exactly what he's saying, and I personally love what he's saying, and I wish I lived in a world where I saw what he was saying working in that direction, but I ain't never seen it. I wasn't raised around it. I wasn't raised around people who was raised around it. I don't know what it looked like.
All right. So Nikki C, do you believe in gender roles? Do you think that has do you think that has a place in 2022?
Of course. However, with modifications, it depends on what those roles look like in your household, in your relationship. Like, I could take out the trash just like you can. I can clean out the fridge just like he can. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I will pick up kerosene even if it's 2.5 pounds, and you could be standing right there. So it's not.
Don't trigger me just because we're on the podcast and think I won't come out.
I don't give, 2 rats behind.
Got it. Got it. Bills, do you believe in gender roles? 2022. What's that?
No, I ain't believe that shit for the last fucking 10 years.
Okay.
That Bacardi was all in his throat.
Okay. All right. Shell, you with me still?
For me, I think,
Did she freeze?
For a lot of people's relationships, it's evolved a lot, I'll say, over the years. But at the end of the day, I always go back to, you have to learn who you're with and what their expectations are and what your expectations are, and whether those 2 sets of expectations can come to a happy medium and work. And that just gets with knowing your partner, knowing what you're willing to deal with and what you're not. And at that point, but again, honestly, I do believe most people, they have learned gender roles at some point, and everything is an involvement.
Okay. All right. So what I'm hearing overall is that the infinite game is sound, right? There is no rules. We just need to stop looking other places, right? We need to stop looking for the finite game. We need to stop looking for reasons to win marriages. We need to stop looking for the reasons to say, oh, no, girl, he ain't shit. It may work for you. He ain't shit may work for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, until you get into it, you don't know what it is, right? So I feel like overall, everybody's saying the same thing. Right, we need to evolve as a people to understand. And I'm sorry we cutting out, like, I didn't have a binary example, somebody that is non-binary. I didn't have an example of somebody in a transsexual or bisexual relationship. Like, I don't have those things, so unfortunately we had to go with the moniker of like male female because that's what I got on the cast, right? But overall, ain't no rules. It's you and them. It's you and the other person, right? Bottom line. And it's whatever y'all figure out. And everything else is just outside noise that doesn't need to be there. And so that's what the infinite game is about. It's about getting quiet and trying to be the best you guys instead of the best everybody else, So if I'm saying it in a wrap up, everybody's saying the same thing without saying it. We got to figure out what it is between the person you're in the relationship with, and nothing else matters, because that's the only way you're going to have a successful business. If you try to get better as a business of 2 in that soul, in that proprietorship or S corp or whatever you're forming, you have a CEO and a COO in marriage or in a relationship. One operates, one executes, and that's it. So this has been Logic Over Everything.